So, James, here's a question for you. If you win AFCON, if you win the Copa America or the Euros, should you get automatic qualification to the World Cup?
I mean, for me, absolutely not. The Euros is called the Euros, and AFCON is called AFCON. Copa America is called Copa America. They're different competitions. And I know, yes, okay, say with the Premier League, if you reach that, then you go into the Champions League. But I think the point of those other competitions is to sort of allow them to have as high a value in the eyes of football fans and players as possible. So I think if you're not sort of earning the right, I think we've got too much of that in sport these days. In every sort of nook and cranny of the game and the governance of the game, everyone's trying to allow the best teams an easier ride. And I think it's nonsense, personally. I think you have to make your way through just like everyone else. That's the whole point of sport, is to have equality. And so if you can't get the points to get yourself through, then I just think it's an utter nonsense. If you win the Euros, so what, in my opinion? Do you feel any different?
Hold on. Now, have you heard of a little thing called the Nations League? I mean, you win Group C, the bottom tier of the Nations League. There's 3 teams in it. You win that, and you go through automatically to a playoff, yes, against a very good nation, but you go 90 minutes or 180 minutes away from the tournament itself, having played a handful of games against a few teams. So, I mean, there is precedent for this in international football.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. There is that precedent. And the Nations League, I think there's a different purpose with the Nations League as much as that. Like, it's one of those where you have to sort of dangle that carrot a little bit to offer an incentive to try a little bit harder. But ultimately, it was to get away from silly friendlies where you're making 11 changes at half time and the games just completely die in the second half. And they're a complete waste of time for everyone, apart from players getting injured and then having to go back to their clubs. So that is in place. I understand that. And it's a fair point that you say that. But I still think kind of making it easier and easier for the bigger teams in any walk of life, I'm generally quite against, if I'm honest. I think new avenues, I get it. And the Nations League, I think the Nations League overall has been a success. And I think with time and history, I think people will be more excited about the Nations League, and it has served that purpose. But deep down, I just think it's so easy for these teams. They've already got better leagues, better quality, better infrastructure. Like, let's not make it any easier for them.
Hi, I'm Hugh Wisencroft from ESPN's Football Forecast. Make sure you're subscribed. You can follow all of our predictions throughout the season and get some other great analysis from our big names as well.